So friends, we have a questionnaire, and with this questionnaire we want to conduct a survey today. We will be going to the field and conduct the survey. Now we have returned from the field. We have filled up questionnaires. This is one, we have several others. Now with this we want to enter this data in SPSS, and this is the agenda today. Entering data in SPSS from filled up questionnaire.
Friends, first let us have a look at the questionnaire which will be filling up and entering the data. Let us look at the contents. First we have the serial number, as you can see here. Serial number will be a number. We are having more than 100 observations from whom or subjects from whom data is to be collected, but it is less than 1000. So we'll use a 3-digit number as serial number. In some cases you may have some alphanumeric characteristic also. And then we have a name which we call as a string because it is a collection of letters from the alphabet. Then we have a coded variable, its gender. We have only two gender here, male and female. And you see they are coded as 1 and 0. So this is a categorical variable, and when you actually collect the data from primary data from the source, then it is better to pre-code your classes so that it is easier for data entry. Then we have educational background. So all people in that organization are probably graduates. So we have three classifications like business graduate, engineering graduate and general graduate, and they are coded as 1, 2 and 3. Then we have age at last birthday. So last birthday age means it will be an integer, and we'll hardly have any employee of age more than 99. So 99 you require 2 digits. So this is basically a 2-digit number which is an integer, that is whole number. Then we have designation. We have 3 designations in the company, and they are coded as 1 for officer, 2 for executive, 3 for director. Then salary before increment, it is to be expressed in 1000. It means if one has a salary of 51,000, then it will be 51.000. So same with salary after increment. And then performance indicator, you see it has some direction about the type of number it will be. It is written in the brackets that a number between 1 to 5. 2 digits after decimal. So it will be some number like 4.1 to 3.75 like that. That means after decimal you will have 2 points, and before decimal you will have only 1 digit. So this you have to keep in mind when you actually fill it up. And then we have emotional intelligence. That is also a maximum. It can go up to a 2-digit number. That is, but it will have 1 digit after decimal. So it can go up to like maximum value can be 10.0. So that will require a total of 3 places with 2 digits before decimal, 1 digit after decimal. So this you have to keep in mind when we actually prepare our variable view in SPSS for accepting this data. And lastly, we have a statement which is actually a statement, might be a statement from a Likert scale with 5 options, like strongly disagree starts with 1 and strongly agree ends with 5. So this is what the questionnaire looks like. Now let us move to SPSS and prepare it so that it can accept the data from this particular questionnaire. So we are into the SPSS screen. So we have opened a blank data file in SPSS. And as you can see here, we have the data view, and here we have the variable view. This is actually different views of the same data set. So whenever we want to enter data from a blank questionnaire to an SPSS file, we need to prepare the data set first. We need to define the variables and properly tell SPSS that these are the things or these are the type of information that the variables are accepting. And for doing that, we need to go to the variable view of the data set. So I have clicked the variable view, and as soon as I click the variable view, you have seen there has been changes in the name of the column names. When I was in data view, all of them were similar, like the VAR representing the variables as column headings, but they were all inactive. Now when I go to the variable view, they have different things, and they have the names of the columns as well. So this will help us, this variable view window will help us to define our variables. Now as you have a look at the questionnaire, the first variable is serial number. So I give it a name and I call it serial, S-E-R-I-A-L, serial. Remember that you cannot give blank spaces in the name of a variable. Like serial, then space and number, that will not be allowed. As soon as I click this, these values come up by default. Now we have something like this. Let us try to understand. This is telling that serial number is a numeric variable. Now generally it is, but in some cases the serial number may have some alphabets in it. In that case we will click here and then you will see that there is a small square where we click, then a new window opens before us, and if it is having some alphanumeric characteristics, then we would click in a string and we will give the number of characters which we allow, maybe 20, maybe 15, maybe 8 as well. But in my data set I have to collect information from say 700 people. For writing serial number 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 700 I require 3 digits. What I do is that I make it numeric. I don't want any decimal places. I make it 0 and then I change it to 3. So and then I click on OK. So automatically it changes. Next comes label. Here I can give some name which will, or write some text which gives a description about serial. So in case serial is good enough to explain, I may avoid this. So I don't write anything here. These also I keep on ignoring. And last, measure. When I click on measure, 3 things come in. One is scale, one is nominal and one is ordinal. So I go with scale. Why not nominal or ordinal? We will understand in due course of time. Next what we have is the name. So name is the name of the respondent. So I write here name, and as I click here these things comes up once again, but obviously name will be a alphabets, collection of alphabets which you call a string. So I click on string, and as soon as I click on string the decimal points goes up. It tells 8, but 8 is not good enough to write a name. Names are generally bigger, so I take 20. You may increase more also. And then we click OK, so it makes these changes. Here you may give some description like name of the respondent. And then we have values. Ignore it, missing, ignore it. Yeah, it has by default taken nominal. I am fine, satisfied. Next, if you look at this, we have next is gender. So we write here gender. And then we get this, now we will tell that gender is male or female, so that should be a string variable, but I disagree, because for data entry it is better if you take it as a numeric variable, because this will help you to compute frequencies, etc. So what you do is that you make it 0 and you make it 1. Why I have made 1? Because you see these male and female, they are coded as either 1 or 0. Whether it is 1 or 0, we require only 1 digit, and so I click 1. Here you may write that gender of the respondent. You may give further information also, like 1 for male and 0 for female, etc. But that information also you can put through this, and that is required and mandatory. So I had taken numerical variables for gender, but I need to tell SPSS that what represent which gender. So I have 0 and then I write here female and then I click on add. So you see 0 has been accepted for female. Then type 1 here, in levels we write male and then click on add here. So it comes here as male and then I click on OK. So it gives me this information, and then we come to this, and then this is unknown. This is measure, and measure here we take measure as a nominal variable, not an ordinal variable, but nominal variable, because there is no order in male and female. These numbers 0 and 1, these are simply tags associated with the gender. We cannot put one gender ahead of the other. That is the reason. Next we come to educational background. So give a small name like edu, but we will definitely put a description here that it is the educational qualification. okay, you may write more qualification of the respondent. Once again, we make it 0 because this is coded, and there are 3 codes, as you can see, 1 to 3, and for writing any one of them we require only 1 digit, so it's 1. Now here I go with the description of this code. So 1, this is business graduate, so I write business, all of them are graduate it seems, and 2, I put it as engineering, and 3, we put it as director. So, and then I click on OK. So it takes the 3 codes, and now we come here. What happens? Sorry, I had missed a mistake, I suppose. So it's business engineering, and it should be general. So what I do is that I click it once again. It comes over here, and then here we make correction. We make it general, and then click on change. So this is how, if we want to make a change, this is how we make a change. And then you click OK. Okay, now come here. It's not scale variable, rather it's an it's a nominal variable, because these are 3 different qualifications. We cannot put engineering ahead of business graduate or business graduate ahead of general graduates. So there is no universal such rule, so we go with nominal. Next we come to the next one is quite simple. It's age, and it does not have any code. Rather, age is a whole number because it is the age in the last birthday. So after decimal we make it 0, and even till 99 years I require only 2 digits, so I can put it 2. Hardly in an organization there will be a person of age 100 years or more, so 2 is good enough. So I do this, and then I write age at last birthday. So I type in this, and then this will be a scale variable because this is taking a numerical variable. Now we come to the next one, designation. So we give it a Daisy. This is the name, and then we can elaborate it. Designation of the respondent. We prefer to keep our variable name small so that we can write more in description if necessary. Okay. Designation, now make it 0 because this is coded. Make it 1 because there is only single digit. Here I need to put the value levels, and so I give 1 for officer. 2, I put it for executive, and 3, I put it for director. And we click OK. So it gets these values. Now we come here, and this is an ordinal because there is an hierarchy. Officer is at the lowest level, then are the executive, and then there is a director. So there is an hierarchy. So in such cases we declare the variable as an ordinal variable. The word ordinal comes from order. So there is an order. So like this. Now let salary before. So I give a name SAL underscore B4. That is allowed. Underscore is allowed. And then we have here 3 digits after decimal, because you see salary, suppose someone's salary is 51,321. As it is to be expressed in thousand, we'll write it as 5151.321. So I require 3 places after decimal, and total I require maybe someone is getting salary in lakhs of rupees. So suppose someone is getting 110 lakhs, so 110.000. So I require a total of 6 digits. So that will serve my purpose. This is, I write salary in B4 increment. B. Here we can give space also. And this is a scale variable. Fine, it has taken a scale. And then we have salary after. It's the same way. I give a code salary after. I make it 3, and then I make it 6. And then I have salary after increment. And then once again it's a scale variable. Okay, fine. And then next we have, as you can see, performance indicator. So I may give a smaller name PI. Okay, and then variable name contains illegal character. Okay, let me make a correction. PI. Yeah, okay. So performance indicator, as you can see, tells that it will be a number between 1 to 5 with 2 digits after decimal. So 1 to 5 means it will have a total of 3 digits, 2 digits after decimal. So I make it 3 and I make it 2, and this is the performance indicator. So I may write in details performance indicator or performance score. You may add also more details if you know that it shall be given by the supervisor. Okay, and then, well, this is a scale variable, fine, no value labels because this is not coded. And then ultimately we have EI, emotional intelligence. So you see it's written one digit after decimal. So let us make it 1. And this can go up to 10, like highest value may be 10.0. So for that you require 3 total digits, you require total space, you require 3. So it is this is 3 point, so including this decimal you require 3 digits. So we have this is the emotional intelligence, emotional intelligence. It may be given by peers. Given by peers. Your emotional intelligence is marked by your peer group. So okay, fine. Then this is scale. This is some additional information. If you have, then you write. Otherwise, you just write the full form of this under levels. This will not be analyzed, used for analysis, but obviously it may give some more description. And lastly, we have a statement, and let us call the statement as S1. The statement is S1. So you see these are coded values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 codes. So this one we can make 0, and these 5 codes are all single digit codes. So 1, and these you may write the entire statement. I love to work for my organization. Okay, and then we have value levels. Yes, I do have. 1 is strongly disagree. So edit. 2, we have disagree. 3, we have neutral. 4, we have agree, and 5, we have strongly agree. So we have got this, and then we click OK. So this way, and obviously there is an order here. So this is an order here, so I write ordinal because you have different levels of agreement to the statement. All of these are input variables, so that is the role is input. So we have finished our variable. Now when we go to data view, let me click here and go to data view. You see some changes. Earlier these were all VAR and these were all inactive. Now they have all got some values. Now let us for understanding, let us just make an entry of a particular individual. Say I have an individual, his serial number is 35, so I type in 35. Name, here I type the name, his name is say Sanjay Gupta. Okay, fine. Gender. Now when I go to gender, what I do is that I click on this, and then this is called as value levels, and then we click on this. A rectangle, a black rectangle appears, a triangle appears, and it gives you the options because these had value levels. Others all did not have. Some of them have value levels. When you double click here, you will find this rectangle. This triangle, and this will give you the option. So Sanjay seems to be a male, so let us take male. Education level, here also triangle will come because we had put some options there, levels, value levels were there. Business graduate, engineer, let us make general graduate. Age, nothing will come, we have to type in, say age is 34, age at last birthday. Designation will come, some options will be there. So he is a director, say salary before increment he used to get say salary of 78,392. So we'll write it like this, 78.392. Now he is getting a salary of 1,21,000. So 1,21,344. So I put it like this. Performance indicator, say his performance indicator is given by his supervisor is 3.5 and he is getting a supervisor. So you see I have written 3.5 but it has taken 3.50 because it is 2 digits after decimal. When I come to emotional intelligence, say it's 9.98, but you will find that as I press enter, it will become 10, means convert it to the nearest whole number, because here only 1 digit is allowed after decimal. So it converts it to the nearest whole number, and then here I will get the options. So whether he loves the organization or not, say agree. So this is one data I have entered. One thing just I want to tell you, that when you put your cursor here, and whatever was the value level, all things will come. The name of the variable is gender, value level is gender of the respondent, type is numeric and nominal. It means whenever I put my cursor over any of the variable, it gives me some details description of the variables. And this will help you to remember what the variables represent even when you work on the dataset after a long time. So this is how we have done this. So now if you want to see that, okay, I don't want to see the decoded values, but I want to see the codes. Now you can click here. You see some of them are changing, not all. Those which had value levels, they are changing. Code, decode, code, decode, code, decode. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and now you are in a stage where you can enter your data set in SPSS by preparing the variable view and then coming back to data view. Thanks for watching. Please keep on watching our channel and please subscribe it so that whenever we upload a new video, it is delivered right to your inbox. Thanks for watching.